What if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is belief in yourself? Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Whether you're chasing goals, facing fears, or rebuilding after setbacks, this is your roadmap to becoming unshakable. Not because you never fall, but because you always rise. Nothing drains confidence faster than constant comparison. In a world where everyone's highlight reel is just a scroll away, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. But comparison is a trap, and it's one that tricks you into measuring your worth against someone else's journey, timeline, or appearance. The truth? You can't win a race you were never meant to run. Confidence doesn't grow when you try to be better than them. It grows when you focus on being better than yesterday's you. When you compare yourself to others, you ignore your own progress, your own path, and your own potential. You devalue the steps you've taken, the obstacles you've overcome, and the strengths that are uniquely yours. But when you turn inward, when you track your own growth, celebrate your personal wins, and measure your success by how far you've come, you take back your power. Your only true competition is the person you were yesterday. Confidence comes from knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, learning, evolving, and growing at your own pace. It means celebrating your story without needing to diminish someone else's. You can admire others without copying them. You can be inspired without feeling inferior. And when you stop measuring your value by someone else's standard, you begin to build something far more powerful than comparison ever could. Self-respect, self-awareness, and self-trust. The people you surround yourself with are more than just companions. They are the architects of your confidence. Whether you realize it or not, your circle plays a significant role in shaping how you view yourself, your potential, and the world around you. If your environment is filled with negativity, self-doubt, and criticism, it's nearly impossible to build lasting self-belief. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift, support, and challenge you, your confidence grows exponentially. Your confidence circle should be composed of individuals who encourage your growth, not just confirm your current state. These are the people who cheer you on when you take risks, who remind you of your strengths when you forget them, and who push you to dream bigger when your own vision feels limited. They don't just celebrate your wins, they also help you navigate setbacks and teach you to see challenges as opportunities to evolve. These are the people who won't let you stay small, because they see your potential, even when you don't. If you want to build unshakable confidence, you must choose your circle wisely. Distance yourself from toxic people who drain your energy, sow seeds of doubt, or undermine your progress. Instead, nurture relationships with individuals who believe in your greatness, offer constructive feedback, and inspire you to reach your highest potential. The more you surround yourself with empowering, growth-minded people, the easier it becomes to believe in yourself, because your confidence will be constantly reflected back to you. Fear is often seen as the enemy of confidence, but what if fear wasn't the problem? Just how we respond to it. Fear shows up when something matters, when you're on the edge of growth or stepping into the unknown. It's not weakness, it's a signal. And when you stop trying to avoid fear and start using it as fuel, everything changes. Instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, you can see it as a green light, proof that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, right where real confidence is built. Tato. Anxiety tends to spiral when it stays in your head unspoken and unchallenged. But when you take action, even small, imperfect action, you interrupt the fear loop. Movement creates momentum, and momentum kills doubt. That scary conversation, the decision to try again, the moment you show up when you want to hide, those are the exact moments where courage is born. Action turns fear into energy, and that energy can become your edge, not your weakness. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something matters more than staying safe. The more you act in the presence of fear, the more you teach yourself, I can handle this. Eventually, fear doesn't disappear. It just loses its power over you. That's when fear stops being a cage and starts becoming a compass, pointing you toward the version of yourself you're capable of becoming. The first step in building unshakable confidence is understanding that who you are today is not the limit of who you can become. Your current identity, shaped by past experiences, beliefs, and habits, may feel like your permanent reality, but it's not. Identity is fluid. It's not fixed. shoot. It's something you can evolve, adapt, and upgrade just like a piece of software. To unlock the fullest version of yourself, you have to start by defining who that person is and then start making conscious choices to align with that vision every day. This process begins with clarity. What does the best version of you look like? How does this upgraded version of yourself think, act, and show up in the world? Is it someone who speaks with authority in meetings? Someone who embraces new challenges without hesitation? Someone who stays calm and resilient in difficult situations? Start by describing this ideal self in vivid detail. The more specific you are about your upgraded identity, the easier it becomes to step into it. Now it's time to disconnect your current self-image from your past mistakes and limitations. Too often, we define ourselves by what we failed at, what others have said about us, or even by things we can't control. But who you were yesterday doesn't define who you are today. The you of tomorrow is waiting for you to take the reins and begin acting in alignment with the future version of you, someone who is confident, capable, and deserving of success. This shift in perspective is liberating because it tells you that your past doesn't dictate your future. Past doesn't dictate your future. To upgrade your identity, start by changing your habits. Your identity is the sum of your daily actions, and small habits compound over time to reshape who you are. If you want to be someone who feels confident in every room, start practicing the actions of confidence now, even when you don't feel ready. Stand taller, speak with conviction, engage with people more openly. These actions send signals to your brain that you are evolving, that you are stepping into a new identity. The more you act in alignment with your desired self, the more your brain reprograms itself to believe that this is who you really are. Another critical part of upgrading your identity is self-compassion. We often fall into the trap of believing that in order to become someone new, we have to completely reject or fix everything we don't like about ourselves. But true transformation happens when we accept ourselves as we are, with all of our flaws and imperfections, while still striving for growth. By acknowledging where you are without judgment and choosing to improve, you open the door for true, lasting change. Your upgraded identity should also be rooted in purpose. Confidence isn't just about how you feel about yourself. It's about having something you're deeply passionate about. When you have a sense of purpose, you walk through life with direction and clarity. This makes confidence easier to build because you're not just acting for validation. You're acting with meaning. Ask yourself, what do I truly care about? What do I want to contribute to the world? When you connect with your deepest values and incorporate them into your identity, your actions become infused with a sense of purpose that automatically boosts confidence. The journey to upgrading your identity involves embracing discomfort and taking risks. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. To become the person you believe you can be, you must be willing to step outside of what's familiar and face challenges head-on. Each time you take a risk and succeed, no matter how small the victory, you reinforce your new identity. Each time you fail and rise again, you reinforce your resilience. The more risks you take, the more confident you become in your ability to adapt, learn, and overcome. Finally, surround yourself with people who see your potential and challenge you to grow into that upgraded version of yourself. You don't have to do this alone. The right support system is invaluable when you're trying to step into a higher version of yourself. These are the people who will remind you of your worth, call you out when you're settling for less, and encourage you to keep going even when the journey feels long. Their belief in you will fuel your belief in yourself, reinforcing the identity you are working hard to create. Confidence isn't just a feeling, it's a physical presence. The way you stand, move, speak, and hold eye contact communicates far more than your words ever will. What's more powerful? You don't need to feel confident to look confident, and when you look confident, people treat you differently, and that in turn helps you feel the part. It's a feedback loop. Your body sends messages to your brain, and your brain responds in kind. You can literally use your body to rewire your mindset. Simple shifts in posture, shoulders back, chin up, making eye contact, using open gestures, instantly send a message of self-assurance both to the people around you and to your own subconscious. Studies show that standing in a power poses like hands on hips or arms wide open for just 2 minutes can increase feelings of dominance and lower cortisol, the stress hormone. This isn't just psychology, it's biology. You can influence how you feel by how you move. Body language is the fastest way to broadcast confidence before you've built it internally. It's like wearing armor while you train your mindset. Whether you're walking into a job interview, a first date, or standing in front of a crowd, mastering your physical presence can give you a head start while the inner work is catching up. Confidence isn't something you always need to summon. Sometimes it's something you can step into, one strong movement at a time. Setbacks are not signs of failure. They're part of the process. Every confident person you admire has faced rejection, disappointment, and moments of deep self-doubt. What sets them apart isn't that they never fall. It's that they know how to rise with purpose. That's where resilience comes in. Resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being rebuildable. And just like confidence, it's something you can cultivate, especially when you create personal rituals that help you bounce back faster and stronger. Resilience rituals are intentional habits you rely on when things go wrong. They give structure to chaos, clarity to confusion, and strength to uncertainty. Whether it's journaling your lessons after a failure, going for a walk to calm your nervous system, calling a mentor, or revisiting your why, these rituals become your emotional first aid kit. They help you shift from reaction to reflection, from collapse to control. The key is to choose actions that reconnect you to your power, not your pain. Confidence isn't built by avoiding hard moments. It's built by learning to trust yourself in them. When you have rituals that support your recovery, you don't fear setbacks as much because you know how to navigate them. You stop asking, will I make it through this? And start declaring, I know how to come back. That belief that no matter what happens, you can rise again is the foundation of truly unshakable confidence. The harshest words you'll ever hear often won't come from the outside world. They come from within. That inner critic, the voice that says, you're not good enough, you'll fail again, or why even try, can be more damaging than any external rejection. But here's the truth most people never learn. That voice isn't you. It's a script you've internalized, built from past failures, societal pressure, fear, and conditioning. And just like any script, it can be rewritten. You can't always stop the inner critic from speaking, but you can stop listening as if it's the ultimate truth. You can challenge it. When the voice says, you're not ready, you can ask, what evidence do I have to prove otherwise? When it says you always mess up, you can counter with specific moments when you succeeded, even if they were small. This isn't toxic positivity. It's mental training, just like physical training. You're rewiring your brain to build self-trust instead of self-doubt. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from believing you are worthy even when you're imperfect. Rewriting your internal dialogue is one of the most powerful tools for lasting confidence. Speak to yourself with the same encouragement and compassion you'd offer a close friend. Because once your inner voice becomes your greatest ally instead of your worst enemy, nothing outside of you can shake your foundation. One of the most damaging beliefs people carry is the idea that confidence is something you either have or you don't, that it's a natural-born gift reserved for the lucky few. But the truth is, confidence is a learned behavior, not a fixed trait. Just like building muscle in the gym, confidence is built through repetition, challenge, and growth. The people who seem effortlessly confident didn't start that way. They simply kept showing up, taking risks and learning from every stumble. Their confidence was earned, not inherited. Confidence thrives on evidence, evidence that you can survive failure, that you can learn new skills, that you can do hard things. The more experiences you give yourself, even small ones, where you push past fear and take action, the more your brain starts to say, I've got this. You don't have to believe in yourself before you begin. Belief often comes after the action. Waiting to feel confident before trying something new is like waiting to get stronger before you start lifting weights. It just doesn't work that way. Once you understand that confidence is not a talent but a practice, everything changes. You stop looking at others with envy and start building your own foundation. You take ownership of your growth. You realize that the confident version of you isn't out of reach. It's already within you, waiting to be shaped through action, resilience, and self-trust. And the best part? It's never too late to start building it. Confidence isn't just about believing in yourself. It's about being willing to be visible, even when you feel vulnerable. The courage to be seen means raising your hand when you're unsure, sharing your opinion even when it shakes, and stepping into opportunities even when you're not fully ready. Where? Many people wait until they feel perfectly confident before showing up, but the truth is, confidence is built by showing up despite the fear, not waiting for it to go away. Speaking up and standing out often bring fear of rejection, judgment, or failure. But what's even scarier is living a life where you never let people see who you truly are. You don't have to be the loudest in the room to be powerful. You just have to be real and intentional. The moment you start expressing your truth, owning your voice, and refusing to shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you begin to embody the kind of confidence that can't be faked. You don't need permission to take up space. You already deserve to. And when you choose to be visible, whether in a meeting, on a stage, in your relationships, or in your own self-image, you inspire others to do the same. That's the ripple effect of courage. It gives other people the confidence to be seen too. So stop waiting for perfect timing. Start where you are with what you have and let the world see the real you. We often think confidence comes from big moments, the promotion, the public speech, the life-changing decision. But in reality, true confidence is built quietly, in the small, consistent wins you achieve every single day. These micro wins may seem insignificant on the surface. Waking up early, speaking up in a meeting, finishing a workout. But each one sends a powerful message to your brain. I follow through. I keep promises to myself. I can do this. Confidence is a side effect of stacking those moments over time. When your goals feel overwhelming or distant, micro wins bridge the gap between where you are and who you want to become. They're manageable, repeatable, and motivating. Each time you take a small, intentional action, especially when it's hard, you earn a tiny piece of trust in yourself. And trust, when compounded daily, becomes belief. The more evidence you gather through these wins, the less room you leave for doubt. It's not about instant transformation. It's about steady evolution. The beauty of micro wins is that they are fully in your control. You don't need permission, perfection, or a major breakthrough to start. All you need is to take one meaningful step, then another. Over time, these steps become strides, and soon you're not only achieving more, you're seeing yourself differently. That shift in self-perception is the foundation of unshakable confidence, because the person who keeps showing up, no matter how small the win, is the person who refuses to fail.